Welcome. I believe we are live, where we do a 20 question mock test and you guys take part. Hopefully, you've had a good start to your week. And let me just get my chat box up. Oops, wrong one. So, hopefully, you had a good start to the week. Weather's half decent where you guys are. Let me just say hello to some of you guys as well. Right, let me come out of that, go into this. Namrafa, hopefully I'm saying that correct. Not seen your name before, so welcome to you. 35 out of 50 is not a good start to the live. Failing. Don't lose motivation, you just got to keep going. If you got 35 out of 50, what you want to do is, so I'm just checking my headphones so I can make sure I'm going out live to you guys. What you want to do is look at the paperwork. You failed it twice, so that means you've got two paperworks. What you want to do is take a look at the paperwork they gave you, put them side by side, and see the common denominators in that. If you got 35 out of 50, I would imagine you've got at least 7 categories wrong. So what you want to do is see, for example, let's just say it's road and traffic signs on the first one, and you got questions wrong in road and traffic signs on the second one. That's a common denominator. What you want to do now is go and restudy those categories. I'm going to be honest with you, it's not what you want to hear. If you got 35 out of 50, you wasn't ready for the test. On a Monday morning, like I used this morning, for example, my course, who had X amount of students in this week, and the average score is between 34 and 37 on a Monday morning for someone who's never studied before. I'm assuming you've studied, you got 35. That's average for someone who hasn't studied. It means you need more studying. And I would do, if you haven't done it already, restudy the categories individually. But definitely don't lose motivation. If you want to keep motivated, join Discord and post your comments in there, post your screenshots in there. And we all help you out in there. I'll help you out as much as I possibly can to keep your motivation going, but do not lose motivation. It's just the way it goes. If you fail a mock test or fail a retest, it's for all of you. It's just a setback. That's just how life goes. You got to get up and go again. Don't let it keep you down. Sicko Maxis, vote free pen. Oh, thank you first of all for turning up at this point in time. Good luck with your theory test as well. Niha, welcome. Del, welcome. Bilal, welcome. Del, hopefully you enjoy it and come back. Let us know what your history is. Are you studying? Have you taken one before? Have you got one booked? Talk to us. Let us know a bit about you. I failed my written by 1 mark today, but has perception went really, really well. Yeah, that's a famous line, failed by 1. So you've got 42 again. Look at the paperwork they gave you. Again, if you got 42 out of 50, you would have got at least 5 categories wrong, questions wrong in the 5 categories. So definitely take a look at that and restudy those categories and go again. Hello and welcome. Charlene, welcome. If you've got any questions, especially for those of you that are new, thank you, Bilal. I appreciate the words. Put it in the chat. Let me answer it while we are live. Personal to you. Hanj, welcome. Simply Me, welcome. Welcome. How's the perception? Seems fine. Just need to do the multiple choice. But like I said, look at the paperwork they gave you. That's your baseline. So you know exactly what categories you got the questions wrong in and the amount of questions you got wrong in those particular categories. Just 2-0, you're not late because we haven't started yet, as in the mock test, but welcome. Timmy, I've not seen your name before, so welcome to you. Daniel, again, I've not seen you before. Welcome, Mercy. Welcome. I'm going to go through that in a second, Mercy, so stick around. Diana, it's nice to see that you're back. Oh, well, wow, 49 out of 50 and 60 out of 75. Well done to you, Diana. The last few weeks you've been turning up to the live have seemed to pay off. Congratulations and well done. Let me know in the chat what your next step is, whether it's going to be the driving lessons or are you looking to do a driving test because you've got driving experience already. It's Farah B. Farah B. Let me just read the question. I'm struggling with one question on the ferry arm signals. First and foremost, I've got a video on the channel. I believe it would be in the playlist question of the week. I think it's on the question of the week. If you explain what the arm signal is, I can give you the answer. But I've definitely got a video on that somewhere on the channel. Erith's a busy area. Your local centre is Erith. They've got two centres down there, Erith and Belvedere. I've not been down at Erith for ages. I can't recommend an instructor. I would suggest obviously Google or ask friends and family in that particular area, or go down to the test centre itself and see if you get them at source. Because if they're down there, especially if you've got a test pass, you may be able to jump ahead of if they've got a waiting list. But yeah, you've got two centres down there, Erith and Belvedere. One of them's got a bad pass rate, not to sort of put you off, but one of them, I can't remember which one it is, but one of them's got a bad pass rate. I think it's just Erith alone. I don't think it's Erith and Belvedere. Yeah, but I would, Google, ask friends and family, or go down to the test centre itself and talk to the instructors direct. First one 31 and the second one got 37. Again, I'm not being funny. It's not what you want to hear. Those are average scores for someone who's done any or hardly any studying, because that's what we get on a Monday. I believe today there was a 35 out of 50, a 37 out of 50, and I want to say 32 out of 50 on the students I had this week. 3 students in, and those was the scores. Restudy the categories. Yeah. The question I got asked for Bilal and Timmy, was you passing mock tests before you went in to the real test? Just put a yes or no in the chat. Let me know if you done mock tests and you was passing on a regular basis before you took the real test, because those scores are low. So I want to know why. Right, let me do the overview because I can talk to you guys all day and you're not here for me to talk, to be honest. Right, so those of you that are new, I always do an overview just in case you're not seen it live, because I've never seen that you guys know how the test works. Somebody already asked me about the ferry test, which I will now explain. So the test is 50 questions. It's multiple choice. And your 50 questions is made up of the 14 categories. That's what I was saying to the other two that failed their ferry test. Study the categories individually, so you're exposed to all. And the apps is 774 questions, so you're exposed to every question. Doing mock test after mock test is not the best way to go. I have done a few videos over the last few weeks because that's becoming more common. And then when the pupils gone into the test, they've actually failed it. So 14 categories, your 50 questions made up of the 14 categories. The time that you have is 57 minutes in total. If you're using apps, it's the same on the app. There is no rush to do the questions. If you have studied carefully, you won't take anywhere near 57 minutes. But my advice is take it if it's required. Once you've done the questions, you can take a 3-minute break, not to get up and walk around, take a 3-minute break. Just sit at your desk, chill. I would suggest you do that so you can switch your brain from questions to hazard perception, because that's now visual. And then you go into the hazard perception and you need 44 out of 75. It's 14 videos. One of them's got 13 hazards, which you score single fives. One of them's got a double hazards, 2 5s, and you're looking for a 7 or 8 on your double, which brings your average up. Just in case you get a couple of 2s, 1s, or maybe 0s, you need to average 3 across the board. By the time your test is finished, your average has to be 3 or more. If it's less than 3, you are going to fail. So you need a minimum of 44 out of 75. There's no trick questions that came up in the classroom today. They're not trying to trick you. It's just badly worded. You just need to make sure you read the questions carefully and obviously read the answers carefully. The outcome of the question, or your answer, should I say, needs to lead to safety. The theory test is about safety. It's black and white. It's either safe or it isn't. It's the same like your driving test, but unfortunately the driving test has grey areas. You have to turn those grey areas into safety. But on the theory test, there's no grey area. It's either safe or it isn't, and you're choosing the safest option for that particular question. And if it's not a safety outcome, then it's going to be a controlled outcome, which is your motorway questions normally and your first aid questions. And the most important thing is don't overthink it. Once you start to overthink the theory test, then you're probably going to choose the wrong answer. And don't make it personal. The test isn't about you. It has to be generic. So no matter what part of the country you're taking a test, it's the same answer across the board. So don't make it personal. Don't overthink it, and keep it very, very simple. So that's the overview of the test. Let me just catch up some of the comments in the chat, and then we're going to start the mock test. Welcome, Philip. Good to see that you're here. Hopefully you learned something and come back. Kazim, welcome. Another newcomer. Wow, 48 out of 50. Another high score and 64 out of 75. Well done. Again, in the chat before you sign out, let me know what your next step is. I want to know what your journey is, whether it's going to be driving lessons or a driving test. Mishak, hopefully I'm saying Mishak, hopefully I'm saying that correct. Welcome, and hopefully learn something new. Thank you, Bill. Thank you for the quite kind words. Get my words out. Akpan's passed his theory test. Congratulations. Again, let me know what your next step is on your journey. I'm joining for life for the first time. Agatha, again, welcome. Wednesday the 24th. That's this week. Again, Agatha, if you've got any questions, put it in the chat. Let me answer it for you while we're live, send you in that test confidently. That's the same for anyone. If any one of you guys have got, sending out some love, a test coming up soon, and you got any particular concerns or worries, put in the chat and let me answer it. Well, I'm going to start the mock test. Keep your chats coming. I'll try and keep up with it as we go. Well, just about scraped it, 43, but the hazard perception was decent. A pass is a pass, take it. $47, $65. Congratulations. Again, let me know in the chat what your next steps are. Driving lessons or driving test. Also, for those of you that are passing, let me know what part of the country you're at where you're going to be taking your driving test or driving lessons. All right, let me start the mock test. Right, the way it works for all of you newcomers, we read the questions. So hopefully you can see my mouse. You're at the front of the queue of traffic waiting to turn right into a side road. Why is it important to check your right mirror just before turning? This will be answer A, this will be B, this will be C, and then this will be D. So if you think it's 1A, for example, please put 1A in the comment section, because I say every week there's a delay between me and YouTube and you and YouTube. I want to make sure we're always on the same question, and that's the only way I can keep track of it. So put the question number, which would be 1, and if you think it's A, it's going to be 1A. And if you've got any questions, put it in the chat. So I'm just reading your chat. Put it in the chat if you've got any questions. 42. So Del, what you need to do again is do the categories that you got questions wrong in, reinforce that, and then go again. I done the video, I think, I can't remember if it came out Thursday. No, it came out late. I think it's Friday. Whether you're using the official app or the driving test success app, it doesn't really matter. It's the same questions. If you haven't seen that video, I would suggest you watch that. It doesn't make a difference what app you use. It's the same questions, providing you're paying for it, by the way. If it's free, it's stripped back, so you're not going to get all the questions in there. Don't have to apologize. I'm just glad that you guys are turning up on a Monday when you can. So don't have to apologize. I appreciate you being here anyway. Yes, you got to pass both parts same day, same time. So if you fail one or the other, you have to retake both. Again, same as I'm saying to everyone, just check the categories you got the questions wrong in and restudy those categories first and foremost, and then go again. But you got one in July. That's a little way away. So you've got plenty of time to study. All right, let me catch up with answers number 1. We haven't started yet. 1, 1, 1, 1. Where are you? Right, most of you gone for D. Someone's gone for a C on that. So again, I've got to assume the majority is correct. Another one's gone for a C. Someone's gone for an A. Another A. All right, so we've got A. Good question. I'm not sure. Right, so we've gone for A, C, and D. You're in front of a queue of traffic, wait and turn right. So otherwise, A, to look for pedestrians about to cross. No, it's not going to be A. The question says you're at the front of a queue of traffic waiting to turn right into a side road. Why is it important to check your right mirror? Your right mirror is showing behind you, so you're not going to see pedestrians in front of you if you're checking the right mirror. And the other one was C, I believe, to check for emerging traffic. As similar to A, emerging traffic's coming out from the road that you're turning into, so it's not going to be that. You're looking for overtaking vehicles, i.e. mopeds, scooters, your pizza delivery guys. That's what you're looking for. That's the reason why it's 1D. What does this sign mean? I always say read the question and then look at the image, because it has clues in the image, and sometimes that can make your answer a lot easier. So please put the question number and what you think the answer is: A, B, C, or D. What time's your ferry test? I appreciate the support. If you've got any last minute questions, I believe you've got hand signals. Right, let me quickly clarify that since you've got a test. If the hand signal is sticking, it's got the arrows around the hand, that's turning left. So circular motion is turning left. If the hand is sticking out and there's no movement, that's turning right. And if the hand is going up and down, that is slowing down. So the hand turning round in the circular motion is turning left. The hand sticking out, staying straight, is turning right, no motion. And the hands going up and down is slowing down. And that's one of the common ones on the theory test. The question to that, it's if which hand signal suggests you're pulling up on the left, it's the slowing down version, because to pull up or park up on the left, you have to slow down. That's the common one for the theory test. So hopefully that helps you out and clears up your arm signal question. What's the name of the app I can use to book my practical test? And how much is it? There's no app to book a practical test. That's the website, the DVSA website, DSA www.dvsa.gov.uk to book your theory test, and there's no price to it. The cost of the test is £23, I believe, but there's no app to book it. Some of you not putting a question number. Harvey King, welcome. Did you know that, or did you see that from my videos? 95% red circles are no's, 100% correct. Most of you are going for C. T Noreen's nice to see you back. Welcome. Someone's gone for a D. Patricia, welcome. 95% of red circles are no's. Again, like I said, look at the image, not read the image, look at the image. You've got a motorbike, motor car. So you're looking for an answer that's got motorbike or motor car in it. That's why I said it makes your answer simpler sometimes if you get the golden nuggets. And it's got to be a no. So it's going to be no motor vehicles. So it's C, which the majority have gone for. Someone's gone for no overtaking. That would be a car side by side. One, I think, black, one's red. That would be no overtaking car side by side. But motorbike, motor car, hence no motor vehicles. What requires extra care when you're driving or riding in windy conditions? Right, keep your... Sorry, I'm just trying to read your messages. Guys, you guys type so fast, unreal. Right, let's go from here. Your channel. Thank you, appreciate that. Thank you, appreciate that. Kimmy Sola, it's nice to see that you're back. George, hello to you. I don't know what that means with the hands of perception. Mean that you're struggling. You're always going to be, Mishak, you're going to always have butterflies. You're always going to be nervous. But if you know your stuff, which it sounds like, because you said you're confident, that helps a lot. Just got to make sure the nerves don't control you. 15th of May. That's next month, not too far away. Amazing, Alira, I like that. Welcome to the channel. Vicky, first time on the live, fell twice. Similar to what I said to everyone else, 34 out of 50 is an average score for someone who hasn't studied. So there's a weakness there. So you need to restudy the categories that you got questions wrong in. No problem with dying now. Right, let me catch up with you guys. What we're on 3. Again, for those of you that are getting 34s, 35s on a real test, let me know in the chat if you've done mock tests previously and was passing on a regular. Hamza, welcome. Going through the back, coming through the back door. 3C. Chamili, welcome. Well, Maze, Tell, not seen you before, so welcome to you. MJ, welcome to you. Right, most of you are gone for B. Just checking to make sure there's no difference of opinion. Pam, welcome to you. Right, most of you have gone for Bs. Yeah, pedal cyclists. If it's not cyclists, it's going to be horse riders. You always need extra care when you're driving around them, past them, or behind them. You're in a left-hand lane at traffic lights waiting to turn left. Which signal means you must wait? So again, look at the images, each one, and then put your answer in the chat. Amna. I hope I'm saying that correct. I'm bad with names, pronunciations, but congratulations on passing. Appreciate you coming back and letting me know. That would take me too long to explain that, but I have got a video again, the question of the week, where I talk about lights in detail. It's about a 5-minute video. It would take me too long to explain all of that. But I will add a bog standard light question. If driving in the wet at night on a motorway, it's always going to be a headlight answer or dip headlights. I will give you that information, but the rest of that you've got here is too much for me to explain on the live, especially about visual clues. Sabina, saying what I've been saying to everyone, just restudy the questions, the categories, and then restudy that. There's not much more I can really say on that. Four. 9th of May, a couple of weeks' time. I wish you luck with that. Let us know how you get on. Come the 9th. Again, if you've got any questions, please type it in before we sign off so I can send you in there with confidence. Mostly have gone for gone for A. Again, another one, 37 out of 50. Aussie, same as been sent to everyone, just restarted the categories. Most of you have gone for A. No difference of opinion. This one is straightforward. All you got to do, because it says you're in the left-hand lane. Little tip for some of you guys who are struggling with this one. You're in the left-hand lane at traffic lights waiting to turn left, which signal means you must wait. Work backwards. That's got green, green, green. So all of these are goes. This is the only one that has not got green. So you can work backwards on that. That's why it's A. So everybody must wait on that one. The fluid level in your battery is low. What fluid should you top it? What fluid should you use to top it up? Congratulations, Harvey King. Private account. Got Liverpool badge in there. Welcome. Thank you, Kimisola. Appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate that. I wish you luck with your test this week. If you've got any questions, pull it in there. Dana, you're always welcome. JJP, again, if you've got any questions, pull it in the chat. Let me know. Below, you haven't done any mock. So the question would be, how did you know you was ready for a test if you didn't do any mock test? Oh, right. Okay, I'm with you. I'm just sorry, Bilal. I'm just picking up on your chat. So that's where you went wrong. You need to do some mock tests to give an idea if you found if the knowledge is there. I wouldn't do mock tests after mock tests. I have done a video on that if you want to know why. But I definitely will do each category, all 14 categories. Make sure you fully understand it. And then once you've done all 14 categories, do a mock test. And I don't mean just one, do quite a few, and making sure you pass on a regular basis. If you're not passing, it shows you your weak categories when you review, and then go back and restudy those categories. That's how you do it. But if you haven't done mock tests, how do you know that you're ready for it or even close? My first time here. We're Fatty Baba, welcome, first and foremost. Next month is May, so you've got quite a time. There's a few more lives that you can join. Again, if you've got any questions, please put it in the chat. I'm just going to start these. Right, sorry, what are we on? 5. Let me catch up with you guys. Five. Where are you? Trying to find where you guys are. 5. Come on. There we go. First one. Right. A seems the popular one. Some of you are still not putting the question number, just putting A. Please put the question number so I know it's the correct one. Yeah, most of you have gone for A. That's not bad. That's most of it. Trust me, in the classroom that came up, nobody knew it was distilled water. So well done to you guys. Yes, distilled water is a correct answer. You are at an incident. What could you do to help an unconscious casualty? Hopefully the 2-click method has helped you out and you are passing on a regular basis now. Congratulations on passing. And thank you for coming back and letting me know how you got on. Again, another pass. Congratulations. I love when you guys pass in. Thank you for coming back. Again, Kazim, welcome. You're welcome. Sorry, just trying to read the chats and talk at the same time. I can't multitask. Tariq, not a problem. Hello to you. Another pass. Congratulations. Oh, Bunny Sparkle, thank you. Appreciate that. Florence, congratulations on getting your provisional. You said, well, I've got a month practice. Why a month? Just put in the chat, why a month? Maze, I think I've done that one. Congratulations. Congratulations. Sorry. Good luck with it in 2 days' time. I bought my practical June in Liverpool. I'm supposed to do some practical mock tests before June. All the tips and tricks are on the videos. I would do the study with me playlist, which is study with me and practice makes you better, and some other ones. But it worries me how you worded this. I booked my practical for June in Liverpool, hoping to do some practical mock tests before June. I'm hoping. The question, why are you hoping just to get it done? You got May. You don't say when in June. Just get this. Don't just do mock tests. I will say again, don't just do mock test. 6. Do the categories one by one. That's my biggest recommendation for you. Just trying to find the 6s. There we go. 6A, 6B. Right. Sorry, it's starting to come through. Right. The majority of you have gone for 6B. Yeah. Majority of you have gone for 6B. What is B? Check that they're breathing. Yeah. Check to make sure they're breathing normally. That's the first thing you should be doing. Where is your vehicle most likely to be affected by side winds? Where is your vehicle most likely to be affected by side winds? This is an interesting one. Let's see if you guys know your stuff. Pam. The only tip I can give via a live is first and foremost, watch the hazard perception video if you haven't already, and do the 2-click method. Literally click and count 1, 2, and then click again. If I've got time at the end of this, I will try. I'm not set up for it. I'll try and set it up, and if it goes according to plan, I'll do a demonstration for you since your test is next Tuesday. If I can't do it at this live, I'm live next Monday. Your test is on Tuesday, and I'll do it. But I've got quite a few videos on the channel about hazard perception, and the few full mock test videos that I've done. I've not done well on my hazard perceptions myself, but I've done a full mock test with the questions and the full hazard perception, so you can watch how I messed up and improve on it. Kazim, congratulations on passing. 63 at 75 is high. And we're on 7. Let's see if I can find them. I think this is the first one. Right, they're coming through now. All right, 7B is popular. Learning to drive. Not seen that one before. Welcome. Yeah, most if you've gone for B. Right, let's take a look at what B is. Affected by side winds on an open stretch road. Well done. In the classroom, they totally get that wrong. All right, let's see this one. Where may you overtake on a one-way street? Let's see if you guys get this one right. The one thing I will say, most of you guys are getting the answers right, but you won't book a ferry test. Some of you have not booked a ferry test. You come to the live every week. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate it, but my job is for you guys to pass your ferry test. I'd love to see you guys every week, but with a pass. Someone went for 7A on the previous one. I want you guys to pass, so book a test. Again, Vicky's gone for 7A. No problem, Pan. You're welcome. MJ, welcome. First and foremost, 25th of May. You got just over a month to study, so you got plenty of time in hand. Got another 3 or 4 lives in that as well. Right, the first ones are coming through, so we got a C. Right, again, the majority have gone for C, so I've got to assume that's correct if it's the majority. Right, let's see what's. Oh, either the right or the left. Correct. Most people go overtaking is not allowed. It's a common answer in the classroom. When this one way to talk about lanes, just in case you guys didn't know, they're talking about lanes. So you can pass left or right on a one-way street because everybody's going in the same direction. So it's safe to do that. What should you do if your vehicle breaks down in a tunnel? MJ, just answering your question, I would like to know if it's possible to change your answers after clicking. Yes, it's possible. Once you've done the 50th question, don't click finish, and then you can go back and change your answer if you need to. I would recommend flag any questions you're not sure of and just go back to the flagged ones. In my experience and the feedback I get from the pupils, what they tend to do, or some of them anyway, is go back to number 1 and recheck all 50. The problem with that, you've got more time, your brain overthinks, and you talk yourself out of the wrong answer. So you change it from the right answer to the wrong one. So what I would do is just click anything that I'm not sure of, as in flag anything I'm not sure of, and then just go back to the flagged ones only. Unless another question triggered you somewhere down the line that you knew previously, you answer it definitely wrong. I would not go back and check all 50 answers. You're asking for trouble. But yes, the answer to your question is you can change your answer after you've clicked. And also, this is for all of you as well, I would practice flagging your questions on your mock test. Again, in one of my recent videos, I've noticed some of you guys are practicing in one way, and then when you go for the real test, you do something totally different, and the result is a fail. You're practicing what you preach on your mock test. If you are fast on your mock test, you're going to be fast on the real test. If you're not flagging on your real test, on the mock test, you're not going to flag on the real test. So practice what you preach on your mocks. There's nothing real flagging. The whole point of mock test is to, so I'm just trying to find your nines, is to practice exactly what you're going to do on the real test. Same thing with your driving lessons. You practice what you do on your driving lessons, so you do exactly the same with the exam and you don't change anything. Because once you do that, you're doing something that's not natural. There's lots of nines just popping up, and it's all D's. How many of you here? Wow, 125 of you. Thank you guys for turning up. Appreciate that. Most of the D's. What's the switch on hazard warning lights? Yeah, because you're a hazard, you've broken down, and then go and call for help. Do not stay in your car, because if someone goes in the back of you, you can end up with whiplash. When would you use the right-hand lane of a 2-lane dual carriageway? Struggle there. When would you use the right-hand lane of a 2-lane dual carriageway? No problem, MJ. You're welcome. Yes, Diana, there will be. Um, on the apps, it's 774 questions in total on the apps. And the database for the real tests, they keep changing it. It's about 1,200, I want to say. So that's another 500 questions that you're never going to be exposed to. So when you go for the real test, there will be some questions that you've never seen before, but the outcome is still going to be safe and it's still going to be controlled. And that's the reason why I say if you study all 774, when the questions worded different or question you've never seen before, the concept of safety will still be there. The app is sampled questions. I've again done a video recently. I think it was Friday gone. Most of you still thinking it's the questions in the app, where it's not. The apps are sampled questions. And most of you gone for C. Nobody's disagreeing with each other on that. So I don't see anything else. No, most of you gone for C. What is C? A, B, C. When you're turning right or overtaking. Well done. I still got to ask the question, how come you guys aren't booking a real test for most of you? Answering the questions right, and some tricky ones as well. But you're not answering, sorry, you're not booking a real test. When could the cost of your insurance be reduced? Just remember, you can study and study for your theory test. You've got to take it at some point. You've got to face the music. And Jennifer, you're welcome. With the taking a real test, it's only going to go one of two ways. You're going to pass it. If you pass it, you can move on to your driving. Happy days. And if you fail it, you got a baseline to work with. So it's a win-win situation. You're losing if you're not taking it. Obviously, if you're not ready, that's fine. But if you feel that you're ready for it, take it. Like I said, it's only going to go one of two ways: a pass or a fail. And look at a fail as a positive thing, not a negative thing. Some of you guys are still looking at it as negative. It's disappointing. But it's not negative. But you're here now, Roman, so thank you for that. I'm trying to find the 11s. Don't worry about it, Dana. When pupils come out of there, they hardly remember anything, to be honest. They're just so relieved it's over. Trying to find the 11s. There we go. All right, first one. Hamza. Right, most of you gone for B. Right, let's see what B is. When you complete the pass plus scheme, which is correct. Why is it a good idea to plan your journey to avoid busy times? Box junctions. The question for the box junction is, when are you allowed to wait in there? I'll give you the full answer. And what I'm about to say, they can use any parts of it as the answer. They can break any part of what I'm about to say as an answer. So the only time you can stop in the yellow junction box is when turning right, prevented by oncoming traffic, and your exit's clear. I just repeat that again. I have got a video on my channel as well that explains it in more detail with visual clues. So the question, when can you stop in a yellow box junction? The answer is when turning right, prevented by oncoming traffic, and your exit is clear. And they can take any part of what I just said as individual answers. So hopefully that helps you out. Oh, that's a shame. 42. 64 is the high weight. Has a perception you got nailed. Obviously the questions, not so. Look at the categories. You would have got at least 5 categories wrong. You need to restudy those and then go again. So hopefully you get it next time. But restudy the categories you got the questions wrong in, especially if you've got 2 or 3 in one particular category. That shows a weakness. But hopefully you get it next time. With a bit practice questions in the real test. Will there be practice questions in the real test? No, there's not. You go straight into the 50 questions. No practice questions at all on that. But if you're going for the real test, the question is, do you need practice questions, or should you know? I know you think you know it, but yes, you can fail it, but you don't need practice questions on the day. It's irrelevant, because if it's practice questions, when you do the real test, it's not going to be the practice questions you're answering. But hopefully that answers your question, Maze. There's no practice questions. Do your practice before you get in there in terms of mocks. Congratulations on passing. Thanks for letting me know. I appreciate that. And now let me see if I can catch up with you guys. 12. There we go, first one. Right, 12. Just realized someone's gone for a 12B. Right, the majority looks like an A, but let me deal with the B first. So I've got to assume A is correct and B's wrong. What's B? Why is it good? I need to plan journey B. Your journey time will be longer. That can't be correct. You're saying the question is, why is it a good idea to plan your journey to avoid busy times? And someone's gone for a B to say your journey time will be longer. If you're planning not to do it in busy times, your journey is going to be quicker. It's A, you're going to have an easier journey because you're avoiding busy times, i.e. school runs or rush hour, for example. What will happen to your car when you drive up a steep hill? So you're going uphill. So what's going to happen to your car? E. Farrat, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Psycho Maxi, I just did my test and I can confirm all my questions is the same as my app. Okay, so you got lucky that you got similar questions on your app. But I will stress that it may not be the same for everyone. Again, I will say the questions are random. So let me just put that out there as well. So if there's 10 of you in the room, it's 10 different tests going on, not mock tests. So if you're 10 of you in the room, it's 10 different tests. It's random questions. And that's the reason why I say do the categories, because you don't know how many questions are going to come from a particular category. You may only get 2 road signs, for example, but 5 motorway rules. That's just the way it works. So if you got the questions from the app, you got extremely lucky if you didn't see any question that you haven't seen before. But every test is different. Congratulations, congratulations on passing. Appreciate that. Did not pass, but I nearly did. Again, restudied the categories with that. I simply mean say, remember, fail first attempt in learning. Yeah, you learn from the mistakes. That's the thing. You guys are as afraid of making mistakes on the theory test and on your driving lessons. You learn from mistakes. It makes you a better person and makes you stronger. And it's not a nice feeling failing, don't get me wrong, but if it has to be that way for you to get to your goal of passing or passing the driving test, so be it. I didn't pass my driving test first time. I'm now a driving instructor. Super chat 43, 46. Again, appreciate the other super chat. And congratulations on passing your theory. 43, just about, but I passed the pass. And 46, I'm assuming it has a perception. Again, just about with that as well. But a pass is a pass. All right, let's see if I can catch up with you guys. 13. It's going to take me right to the top. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to find. There's so many of you in there. You're typing so fast. Right, 13. Diana's first one out. Some of your 12s are coming amongst the 13s. So, right, here we go. Right. So the comment, oh, someone's gone for a B. Another B. Tina Reen, I'm assuming you mean 13B. Right, that's you guys are split on this. Is B's and C's that's in there. Change his answer. You're allowed to change it before I reveal it. All right, let's deal with the. All right, let's deal with the B first because like C is the majority. B, the steering will feel heavier. No, it won't. The steering is not going to feel heavier. The engine's going to work harder. Think about you going up a steep flight of stairs or you walking up a hill yourself. You're going to be huffing and puffing at the end of it. That's the same for a car. It's just working harder going up a hill. Which lights should you use when you're driving in a tunnel? Someone was talking about lights earlier on. I think I gave you a clue to this, to be fair, bog standard. Which light should you use when you're driving in a tunnel? Right, Dorian, the has perception is doing my head in. I got 35 out of 75. I'm sure there's more than one hazard in them clips, or I clicked too early or late. It's annoying. I passed. Wow, 50 out of 50. That's a shame you got the 35 out of 75. One of the hazards has 2 hazards in it. It says 2 5, so a maximum of 10. The videos have more than one hazard in there, but you're looking, there's 2 types of hazards in there. There's what they call the developing one. That's the one you're looking for. That's the one that's going to cause you to slow down or change direction. And there's a hazard on there, but it's not developing. So in terms of what you're saying, there is more than one hazard in there. Yes, you're correct, but there's only one developing hazard on 13 of the videos, and there's 2 developing hazards on 1 video. To know whether you clicked too early, too late, look at the paperwork they gave you. and it breaks your video content down. So for example, you may have got two videos scored 5, 4 videos scored 3, and so on and so on. You're looking for any videos that you scored less than 3. So the 2s, the 1s, and the 0s. And that will tell you whether you're clicking too early or too late, because obviously you've got 2s, 1s, and 0s. If you've got 0, you was way too early, way too late. 2s and 1s obviously is late. And that's the way to do it. Again, my advice is redo the has perception in terms of individual. Let's get rid of this. Do the videos individually and then review each one back to work out where you should have clicked, why you're clicking late, why you're clicking early, and so on and so on, and practice that way. Don't do mock tests and has perception, just do them individually. And hopefully you get it next time. With 50 out of 50, your knowledge is pretty strong. But don't let that go downhill, because again, when you go take another test, it's going to be a 50 different set of questions. I can't answer if you're getting 43 out of 50. If you're getting 43 out of 45, it's passing on a consistent basis. I like my people to get 47, 48, but that is consistent. It does give a borderline saying that you're ready, but again, it depends on the combination of questions you're getting. Because obviously, if you're getting 45, let's say 45 tops, it means you're getting 5 questions wrong. Now, if it's 5 questions, for example, motorway rules, and you get 6 or 7 motorway questions tomorrow, and you get 6 or 7 wrong, then you're now borderline failing. So it will depend on the combination of questions you get for tomorrow, but at least you're passing on a regular basis if that's your score. 14. But good luck with it, first and foremost. Let me wish you luck. Sorry, I'm just trying to find the... Oh, here we go. Just trying to find the 14s. Right, mostly if you're going for B, common answer is B. Let's take a look at the question. Which light should you use? Yeah, if it's a bog standard light question, you're driving the time, it's going to be dipped headlights or headlights. They can drop the dipped, but it's the same lights. Someone just talked about box junctions. When may you enter? Well, I just gave you the answers to this question, so technically none of you should be getting it wrong if you was listening. When may you enter a box junction? George, 25th is this week, Thursday. Wish you luck with that. Again, if you've got any last minute questions, put it in the chat before we sign off. I can answer it personal to you rather than a generic answer. Learning to drive, when is fuel consumption at its highest or lowest? That would depend on the question context. When you use the lowest gears, it's on the highest. You need to type in the question, because I can give you different options all over the place for that one. It depends on the context of the question, depending on the answer with that learning to drive. So I can't really give you a particular answer for that. Just popped in to this. Hope it helps me out on my upcoming test. Right, I'm with you. I'm struggling to read today. Really struggling. Well, hopefully it does help you. Again, Lily, if you've got any questions, put it in the chat. Let me answer it. Christopher, I start at 4:30 every Monday, as long as I'm well. But welcome. I should have said that first. Welcome, because you're new. What is the pass score for a ferry test? 43 out of 50. You need a minimum of 43. 15. we go. It's the first one. Sorry, hamster's the first one. C. C. The majority have gone for C. As I said, I just gave you the full answer when I was talking about box junctions. So technically, none of you should, for those of you that was listening, should be getting it wrong. Right, let's take a look what C is. When your exit road is clear. Yep, I will repeat what I said. The only time you can jump into the yellow junction box is when turning right, prevented by oncoming traffic, and this one when your exit road is clear. As I said, they can use any part of what I just said. In this case, it's the exit road is clear. What does this sign mean? MJ, do you get your result after every hazard clip? No, you don't. It's a test now. So you don't get your result until you click finish on the whole test. Once you click finish on the hazard perception, it starts to print. By the time you get to the reception desk, the result is there. They give it to you. They should give it to you face down, and then you flip it over as you walk out, and it gives you the result, whether pass or fail. What you do is look for your name. It was, if you passed it, it would say congratulations, and if you failed it, it would say I'm sorry to say. And then it gives you the results and breaking it down in the categories and has a perception, as I said, with each video, how many fives, how many fours, and so on and so on. The only way you're going to get a result on the hazard perception clip is if you click too many times. So it will tell you at the end of that particular click, you clicked in an unacceptable manner, and then it shows you a big fat red X. And then what they're saying is basically change the way you're clicking. So if you click in a rhythmic pattern, you're going to get a 0. And if you click too many times for that particular clip, you're going to get a 0 on that. Again, study the categories. That's the only way around that. Study the categories from the sheet they gave you, and then restudy those and then go again. 16. There's the first one. Oh, just a split difference straight away. 16A. And then there's these. Oh, another A. That's interesting. Right. It seems the majority have gone for D, so I've got to assume that's correct. So those of you that's gone for A, it looks like you was wrong. And I will explain why in a sec. Okay, someone's gone for A. Let's just see if there's any more A's. All right, let's take a look at A. With flow bus lane. With flow bus lane, there will be no arrow. This will be rubbed out. So that's why it's not with flow. You can't have with flow if the arrows are going up and against. And you guys went for these contraflow. Contraflow for driving means going against. So you're going up with the arrows on a one-way street, and the bus is going against the flow of traffic on a one-way street. So that's the reason why it's contraflow bus lane. What hazards should you be aware of when traveling along this street? So again, look at the image, and what hazards should you be aware of basically when traveling down here? Learning to drive, Linda's saying it's most time it's acceleration. Again, that's a popular answer. The only reason why I'm reluctant to give you an answer outright, because it's how the question's worded. There's certain words in there that we use and it will lead to a different answer. So that's why I would need the question that you're asking, and then I can give you the correct answer for it. Yes, Linda's right. Most times it is accelerating, but it depends on the context of the question. Please, sir, how many exams am I supposed to take for the theory? I'm not understanding what you mean by that, Ibuka. Um, do you mean how many mock tests should you be taking before the real test? That's down to the individual. In terms of the real test, how many tests you take, ideally take it once and pass it first time. But you got to do it as many times as it takes for you to pass it. But if you mean mock tests, that's down to the individual. Lily has perception, please. It's a bit tricky. Like I said, if I got time to do it at the end of this live, I'll try and set it up. I'm not set up to do it, but I'll try and set it up. If my iPad will link to my software, but if not, I'll set one up for next week. 17. Right, Marcy, you've gone for A. Won't drag that out. A. As children running out between vehicles. For those of you taking driver lessons, less space, less speed to reduce your speed in the tight space. You're on a smart motorway. What does it mean if a red cross is shown above the hard shoulder and mandatory speed limits above all other lanes? So there's a hard shoulder with the X. What's it mean? I will text you last time. Maximum, minimum. Explain me. I don't know what you're talking about with maximum, minimum. Give me a bit more context. Maximum, minimum oil. Maximum, minimum engine coolant. What's maximum, minimum? Speed. I don't know what that's relating to. So you've got to give me a bit more information if you want help from that for that. Where can I cover all of the road and traffic signs? Highway code. If you've got the 4-in-1 app, it's on there. That's why it's called 4-in-1, because it's got the highway code on there as well. So it's got all the signs on there. So if you've got the app, that's your first bet. If it's paid version, I believe the DVSA's got. If it's the DVSA app you got, I believe they may have it as well. But I know the driving test success has it, and the highway code, which is built into the 4-in-1. That's why it's called a 4-in-1. It's got other stuff in there as well as the ferry side of it. So I hope that helps you out. Trying to find you guys. There we go. Tina Rain, you've gone for an A. Studs, there's a video on the channel, I think it's about 2 minutes long, that explains the studs and gives you a simple technique of how to remember it. That's the easiest way for me to say it. You're not going to take it in. Watch the video. It's a multi-way studs video. Like I said, about 2 minutes long, and it gives you a simple formula to remember the studs. All right, most of you have gone for D. Yeah, if it's got X over the hard shell, it means you can't use it. So it's for emergencies or breakdowns only. If it's got a 50 over the hard shell, that means you can use it. It's called a running lane. What can you do to reduce environmental damage caused by your vehicle? What can you do to reduce it? Okay, that's no problem. Hopefully you get the next one when you go for the test. Mace tell, did we get a red X for individual clues on hazard perception? If you are talking about the apps, you'll only get a red, well, whether the real test or not. If it's the apps or the real test, you're only going to get a red X because you deserved it in terms of what you did. And let me explain. You click too many times on that particular video, you'll get an X. If you click in a rhythmic pattern, if the app senses that you're clicking in a rhythmic pattern, you're going to get an X. If you don't do those two things, you will not get an X because you haven't done anything wrong. So only going to get an X if you click too many times, and this is on the real test as well, or if you click in a rhythmic pattern. Live is every Monday at 4:30. If you can't be alive, catch the replay. I don't take them down. 19. I don't take them down so you can watch the replay. But every Monday is 4:30. Ruman Ahmed, Mace tells asking you, I'm assuming he's asking you, have you tried the road sign game on the 4-in-1 app? I've not even done that, to be honest. Oh, you guys are talking to each other, right? Okay, fine, no problem. I won't butt in anymore. All right, 19 is D. Right, again, the majority of you have gone for D, so I won't drag that out for too long. What's D? Avoid making lots of short journeys. Yep, if you can cycle or walk, that's going to save the environment in the long run. Who should obey diamond-shaped traffic signs? Jordan has just put there the word motorway has the correct order, which is RWA. It's better to watch the video so it gets explained visually as well, because you're trying to retain the information rather than be told the information, if that makes sense. Again, most of you have gone for A. Right, from the majority of you, there was the whole 20 questions, there wasn't too many wrong answers. Again, I'll stress, for those of you that's never taken a theory test before, why are you not booking one? What are you afraid of? And the answer is A, diamond shape or tram signs. Right, let me come out of that. Right, if you've got any last minute questions. Well done. Congratulations for passing. Fourth time, but at least you stuck with it. I'd asked you last time minimum maximum speed limit, and we told you I'll have exam 9th of April. 9th of April's gone. Again, minimum speed limit. The minimum speed limit on what road? You will ask last time minimum maximum speed limit. The maximum speed limit is 70 miles an hour for a car driver on a dual carriageway stroke motorway, and the minimum speed limit for the theory test is going to be 30 miles an hour, recognized by street lights. So you're not making it clear what you're asking, but if you want minimum maximum, the maximum is 70 and the minimum is 30, known by street lights. Natasha, good luck with it tomorrow. Again, if you've got last minute questions, please type it in. 19 out of 20. Congratulations on that. Like I said, with you guys, what are you worried about? Book a test, get it done. See, Dan is saying, book your theory test, guys. I was nervous too. You're always going to be nervous. If a pupil says to me, they're not nervous for the theory test, they're not nervous for their driving test, it makes me nervous. You need that adrenaline just to keep you focused. As I mentioned earlier on, for me to explain all about the lights is going to take too long. It's better off to watch the video. And the question of the week video, watch that. Someone, I think it was Pam, asked for a demonstration with the hazard perception. I'm going to see if my iPad will allow me to do that. I got my pen with me. So bear with me. Let me just try to see if it will connect. I'm not set up for it today, but if it doesn't connect, I will. Let me use my microphone. If I'm not set up, I will do it for next week. Right, let's just see if this will show up. Oh, there you go. Right, so I'll leave this on screen so you guys can see what it's saying to you. You will now be presented with 14 video clips. Let me come out of that because it's practice I'm after. Right, let me just do this first. Sorry. One developing hazard in 13 clips. It means the developing one is the one that's going to cause you to slow down or change direction. And there's 2 developing hazards on 1 clip. So 1 clip has 2 hazards, 2 5s, and 13 of them have single hazards. I'll repeat, there's the developing hazard, which is the one that's going to cause you to slow down or change direction. That's you checking the mirrors if it's real life driving. And there's one that's just is a hazard, but it's not developing. So I'll call it a red herring, but you don't know which one is which. Go for 2 clicks, see the problem, click, count 1, 2, click again. So just in case the first click was too early, you're going to get a score. It's weird what I'm about to say. Let me just come out of it because it's a connection error. What I'm about to say, it's not about you seeing a hazard. It's about you getting a score. You have to get a score averaging 3 or more. You can see the hazard all day long, but if it adds up to a 0, it means nothing. So it's about you getting a score, and I try and demonstrate that on a particular video. So let me come out of that, practice. And all the clips you do on your test are CGIs. This is the one I used to demonstrate the 2-click method. So hopefully you can see this. So you're looking for any problems that may cause you to slow down or change direction. So when you are driving, you should be looking as far as you can see. So the shop on the corner. If a car or bike was coming out, I would click, but there's nothing there to click on. Same thing with the entrance to the petrol station. There's nothing coming out, so I don't need to click. If you look in the distance, you have black and white post suggest a zebra crossing. So I'm going to click on that. Anyone walking nearby, the woman in the blonde hair. That's the one that's caused me to slow down. That's the one I'm going to get marked on. So you just have to see what score I got on that. Like I said, it's about scoring on the hazard, not seeing it, scoring on it. You'll understand why in a minute. So 4 out of 5. Let's just review it. I'm going to just fast forward it rather than do all the bits and pieces with it. So the black and white poles I clicked on. There's my first click for the black and white pole. And there's my second click. Now, when I'm driving, I scan to see if anyone's near the zebra crossing. So the woman in the blonde hair, there's my first click, which was too early. And there's my second click, which got me a 4. And that's the reason why you go for 2 clicks, just in case the first one was too early. They've updated this, so it kicks me out every so often if I don't carry on. So let me just show you again so you can see it back. The first click was too early. And my second click got me the 4. If I saw the first hazard and I just clicked left it that way, I've seen the hazard, but I've got a 0. That's the reason why it's important that you go for 2 clicks. You're trying to get a score, not necessarily seeing a hazard. It sounds weird, but you're trying to play a game, just get a high score. Let me just see if you guys have got any questions. How can I get the video for the 15 categories? I'm not sure what you mean by the videos. If you mean the hazard perceptions on the app, the category don't have videos, they're questions. So I'm not sure what you mean by the videos for the categories, Christopher. If you quickly explain, I'll try and answer before we sign off. Your test is next week, Monday. If it's before 4:30, come and let us know how you got on. If it's well after, come on the live, pick up any last minute tips. No, it's just the theory test. Once you pass the theory test, it gives you the numbers on your pass certificate, which you now use to book your driving test. No, you're not allowed anything in there because people go to great lengths to cheat. So you're not allowed anything in there. So make sure you have a good drink before you go in. 29th of May, you got quite just 5 weeks. So made in Lagos. So you got quite a few lives to come on. Again, let me know if that has perception video just made sense. Or did it make sense? If you feel confident made in Lagos, move it forwards. There's nothing wrong with that. But only if you feel confident. My question, are they going to pick the clips for the real theory test? The clips are random. The clips on the app is not the clips you're going to get in a real test. They're totally different. And all the clips on the real test are CGIs. So it's going to be clips that you've never seen before. And it's random from their database. Yes, zebra crossing has it. There could be something nearby. As in someone, like the woman on the video, there could be walking nearby. So you have to slow down and be prepared to stop, which is a theory test question. So hopefully that made sense. Yeah, don't neglect the hazard perception. Do both side by side. When you are ready, just do a full mock test after you've practiced the hazard perception individually, and then do a complete mock test, as in 50 questions, and then hazard perception, and hopefully you pass it on the mocks, and then obviously you're ready for the real one. I mean your past videos, please, for personal revision. You can't. They're all on the YouTube. I don't know if you can download it off of YouTube if that's what you want to do, but yeah, you can't get my stuff for personal revision. It's all on YouTube. What are we expected to go with? I'm assuming you mean to the test. That's going to be just your driver's license. Not your passport, just your driver's license is what you need. Congratulations on passing. Thank you for coming back and letting me know. 14th of May, about 3 weeks away. So you've got plenty of time, Sophie. Lily, I'm glad it made sense. I'll do one more before I sign off. My test is on the 1st of May. I appreciate that. Good luck on the 1st of May. If you're not doing anything next Monday, I'm here for 30. Any questions you've got while you're studying, jot them down, bring them on the live, and I'll try and answer it for you. So let me just do a quick one. Let's get rid of this. Let's do a CGI one, so you can see what the quality is like. Let's do this one. So remember, anything that's going to cause you a problem, i.e. slow down or change direction. So you've got a car coming out of the junction in snow. It may not stop. And you've got the van coming out as well. Again, 2. I'm going to go for one more on that one, just to make sure. So that's the one that's caused me to slow down. That's the one I'm going to get marked on, but still keep clicking because you don't know if this is the one with the double hazard on there. So look into the bend when you're doing video, especially when you're driving as well. And then look over the brick wall. So you've got the dust cart, just in case I don't stop in the snow. And that's like the end of the video. Oh, that's bad. 3 out of 5. But remember, you got average 3. So if that was my test, I'm averaging 3 per video. I will still be passing. But ideally, you want 4s and 5s to bring the average up, just in case you pick up a couple of 2s and a couple of 1s. But let's review it back and see how I could improve. So that's for the car coming out. And there's the van coming down. That's like I could have seen it that early. And there you go. So like I said, if I just rewind it back, so they're saying if you look to the left, I could have seen the van from there and clicked from there. Obviously I didn't, but I got a score. And that's all it matters, is you're trying to get enough scores to add up to 44 or more. If your average is below 3 per video, you're going to fail it. And that's all I'm saying. Exactly what I'm doing here. It's going to kick me out. Let me pause it. It will kick me out in a minute. And you just review it back individually and improve your scores, where you should have clicked, how you could have clicked. So you just review it back. Just press review and you go back to the video, sit back and watch where you clicked. And you can fast forward if you don't want to watch the whole clicking that you've done. And that's how you study for your hazard perception via the app. So hopefully that helps you guys out struggling with the hazard perception. Where can I take the mock test, please? Wilson, take it at your local centre. Jump online, www.gov.uk, and type in theory tests on their website and type in your postcode, and it gives you your local test centre, and you can book it for that. Fingers crossed, Taiwo. Hopefully it's good news. Right, so that's the last comment on there. So I'm going to sign off. You guys have a good week. For those of you who got a test this week, good luck. Come back next week and let us know how you got on. And I appreciate you guys turn up every single Monday. You don't know how good it makes me feel that I'm trying to help you guys. But for those of you that haven't booked a test, book one. You got to take it at some point. And if you've got any questions, bring it to the lives. Jump on Discord. I'm in there from time to time. Type your questions. Take a screenshot, pull it in there. I'll help you out. If I don't, some of the community will. But I shall see you guys next Monday. Stay safe and happy studying.